Your Excellencies, we will proceed right away with the signing of agreements. The first 6 memoranda of understanding between the Government of the Republic of Kenya and the Government of the Republic of Rwanda will be signed by Kenya's Cabinet Secretary at the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Dr. Alfred Mutua, and Rwanda's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Dr. Vincent Biruta. The first agreement is on correctional services.
Excellency, President Dr. William Samuel Ruto, members of the media, honorable ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I want to take this opportunity to once again welcome the President and his entire delegation to Rwanda. Over the years, Rwanda and Kenya have built strong relations. Today's visit underscores that friendship. The President and I had productive discussions. We've just witnessed the signing of agreements in key sectors such as ICT, health, education, youth, and agriculture. These new areas of cooperation will bring us even closer together. We are very happy that Rwanda is home to a large and vibrant Kenyan community. We are grateful for their contributions to our development. Private sector growth is a key priority for us in Rwanda and Kenya. Regional integration and trade is a big part of that equation. I hope we can leverage these shared interests to equip our youth with the skills and knowledge to innovate and compete. The people of Rwanda and Kenya are also united by a common vision for a more stable region. I commend Kenya's leadership in helping to resolve the crisis in Eastern Congo with other members of the East African community. To put our resources together is to own our development with less dependence on the rest of the world. Mr. President, my brother, once again, thank you for visiting our country. May I now invite you to give your remarks.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, let me take this opportunity to thank my dear brother, the President of Rwanda, President Paul Kagame, for his invitation for me to visit Rwanda and for being a gracious and generous host. My delegation and I, Your Excellency, have experienced wonderful hospitality of the people of Rwanda. And I want to appreciate on behalf of my delegation the warm reception extended to me and to members of my delegation. The President and I have engaged in very fruitful, extensive consultations and deliberations on matters that are important not just for our two countries, but for our region and for our continent as well. I wish to emphasize that Kenya and Rwanda have enjoyed great bonds of friendship, build a solid foundation of people-to-people, government-to-government, business-to-business relations, and to extend my gratitude to the people of Rwanda and through you, Mr. President, to the people of Rwanda for the hospitality that has been extended to the big 10,000 strong plus Kenyan community in Rwanda. We don't take that for granted. We sincerely thank you for that great hospitality. Let me also appreciate the MOUs and the documents that have been signed between our officials in the many areas of health, of ICT, education, and all the other sectors that will consolidate the relationship between our two countries, present to us new momentum, and create new impetus for the growing of our relations and expanding of our engagement between our two countries and as also members of the East African community. Your Excellency, just as Rwanda is a gateway for us into the Great Lakes region, we are also aware that Mombasa is an important port for the people of Rwanda, and it creates the synergy between our two countries, and we will continue to work on building that relationship and the network necessary for us to benefit from the synergy created by our two economies. Let me also say, in our conversation, we have discussed the issues around how to enhance communication between our two countries. It is the case that both Kenya and Rwanda have already signed and ratified the One Area Network that will present to our people the opportunity for ease of communication that will make it that much more easy for business, for enterprise to thrive as people engage not just through travel, but through communication. And we are looking forward jointly as Kenya and Rwanda to the other members of the East African community joining us in building this network of communication that will make it easier for people, East Africans, to work together, trade together, do business together, and live together in one common area. Let me also state that I have extended my invitation to President Kagame to attend the mid-year coordination meeting of AU that will take place in Nairobi between the 13th and 16th of July this year. Again, an opportunity that will present us a chance to discuss the matters that affect our continent, the serious issues of climate change, the serious issues of what the pandemic and all the other challenges of the war that has brought upon us, and how we can navigate in a very delicate global situation, how we can navigate as a continent and as countries into the future. We're all aware of the challenges around our region, and again, let me commend President Kagame's and Rwanda's understanding of the issues in Eastern DRC and their contribution to EAC as we manage the situation in DRC and providing leadership and making sure that the people of DRC who have had challenges for many years can one more time have peace and they can concentrate on building their nation. Again, we appreciate the understanding and the contribution of Rwanda in the EAC framework for us to be able to move forward. Same thing in Ethiopia, same situation in Sudan, and same situation in South Sudan, that we need the invaluable contribution and support of Rwanda in helping us sort out our neighborhood. Mr. President, let me again, on my behalf and of my delegation, again affirm the cordial relations between our two countries and our shared desire to deepen and expand the bonds of friendship and unity between our two nations. I am looking forward to this visit and all the other stages of this visit, and I am confident that the people of Kenya and the people of Rwanda will be the richer out of this engagement. I thank you.
Your Excellencies, Hamjambo. My name is Leila Mohammed from NTV Kenya. You've spoken about signing of bilateral agreements in the areas of education, health, and the female and women agenda. Kindly clarify to the people of both nations a deeper understanding of what these agreements entail. For example, in education, we know that Kenya is undergoing a new CBC system. How does Rwanda engage with Kenya on such grounds? Thank you.
It is to both of us. Excellency may start.
The details of the relationship between our two countries, and especially in the context of the signing of the agreements, all the way from agreements on cooperatives and how we can share experience on how to consolidate the cooperative movement, how we will benefit from the experience in Rwanda and the shared experience in Kenya, how to build platforms using ICT, for example, on the evolution of credit management, like in the case of the Hustler Fund, which you are aware about, and how we can bring ICT into the middle of organizing our cooperative movement and also leveraging technology to access financing in the whole of that ecosystem. On matters education, we share a background, both as Kenya and Rwanda, and our reform of the education system that is underway in Kenya, that is now being spearheaded by the presidential party which I appointed, will share a lot of experience on many issues, including transition from primary school, junior secondary school into university, and especially the big challenge of financing university education that has serious challenges. We are going to share experience on how we can make education much more relevant and easy to deliver and also cost effective. There will be a lot of sharing of experience in that space. In the MOU on health, for example, there will be a collaboration between our two referral hospitals, the largest referral hospital in Rwanda and the largest referral hospital in Kenya, again, for us to share experience in that space and also to share facilities where necessary. You may want to know, for example, that Kenya benefited from support from Rwanda when I called His Excellency, and he was gracious enough to give us their ICT platform for VAT management. And as a result of that platform that Rwanda shared with Kenya, we have seen improvement in our VAT collection. It's in that context that we are signing some of these MOUs so that it becomes much more easy for us to share experience, share resources, and even share technology for the better management of our economies and our countries.
Well, I just add to what the President has just well elaborated in terms of the MOUs under the JPC. It was just a framework. I think many of the things really speak for themselves. It's a framework that will help us identify which key areas of interest to both countries where we can cooperate and add value and continue. What the sectors mentioned are not the only ones. There are more that have been ongoing or more that will come where that cooperation is going to be very helpful. And it is about learning from each other, from learning from different experiences. And in fact, Mr. President, and I'm sure it is of interest to the audience, the many thousands of Kenyans who live here, we are happy that they are here. Many things they are doing for themselves. But in the end, what they are doing for themselves is also beneficial to the country, to the people of Rwanda. And in fact, for example, some of them are teachers, so where we have shortage of capacity. Some will be doctors, others work in the hospitality sector. So they have even helped fill the gaps that exist in our own systems. Because of where we have come from, we didn't have, in fact, and by the way, they have been here for a long time. They've been here, they were significantly here. They started being here maybe in the year 2000, but even slightly before that. And at that time, we had no capacity in this country in all sorts of ways, in any sector here. So the Kenyans mainly and other East Africans came here to do what they know how to. In that sense, they benefited, we benefited. And this is really what is being elaborated in these MOUs and the cooperation and the relationship we have between Rwanda and Kenya. So this is just a smaller part, in actual fact, of the big thing we have to do.